Coming up.
How far under the water am I?
I do see exactly what you mean. Now it makes sense.
I spot a chunky male.
How do you say that?
Oh, that's so clever.
I now know what not to do, and I know what not to do from several different angles.
I pronounce my words too well.
And we know why, don't we?
TikTok generation.
Pull your pants up at the point where we say blah, blah, blah.
That's not how you say it, dear.
I'm trained, darling.
Darlings.
That didn't feel nice.
There's a lot going on.
We have come a long way, have we not?
And now, enjoy the podcast.
How do you say that?
How do you say that?
How do you say that?
How do you say that? Hello, welcome along to How Do You Say That, sponsored by BritishVoiceover.co.uk. Here's my co-host, Samantha Boffin.
Hello. And here's my co-host, Mark Rice.
Hiya. This is the performance podcast for voice actors, where we talk to a different voice actor every week, play around with some scripts.
And we discover there isn't just one way to read a script. There are lots of different ways.
Yes.
So, Mark, my current obsession this week is cotton nighties.
Because it's been so hot.
Because it's been so hot and because I can wear them anywhere. I mean, anywhere within the house, if you see what I mean.
I thought you were down at Tesco in them.
No, although, wouldn't put it past me. But no, cotton nighties is the way ahead.
Well, I'll take your word for it. My current obsession is Jesus Christ Superstar, which I saw very recently. It is a phenomenal production at the London Palladium.
Is it?
Yes.
And
well worthwhile.
Did I not hear you say there was no aircon in the theatre?
It was very warm. It was very warm.
You
Yes.
needed a cotton nightie.
Yeah.
That's what you needed.
Yeah, that would have looked strange.
Jesus would have been proud.
Let's welcome our special guest, is voice actor Brigid Lohrey. Hello, Brigid.
Hello there.
Welcome along. Sam, let's find out a little bit more about Brigid, shall we?
Yes, so Brigid is a Tasmanian actress who trained in London. She has been acting on stage and screen for over 20 years. She's in the BBC's Hope Street and is also currently in The House of the Dragon.
How exciting.
Ooh. Yes,
How
so
exciting.
on stage, she has played panto villains and Shakespearean leads up and down the country.
Well, as a voice actor, she started 15 years ago with audio drama for Doctor Who and the Dark Shadows series, and then with audiobooks for the RNIB. Since then, she's voiced 80 audiobooks and has branched into commercials and gaming. That is a few, isn't it? She's done radio presenting and commentates medieval jousting and fun dog shows.
That is such a good fact, that medieval jousting.
So, welcome to the podcast, Brigid. I think we've had several fun facts there already, but have you got another one for us?
There are some fun facts in there, definitely. Well, the fun fact I thought I would throw in, because it's a bit unusual, is in Australia, I was the very first metric baby.
Oh,
So when they
what?
swapped from imperial measurement to metric measurements, I was the first baby that was measured in metrics.
Metric.
And that was because my mum was on the metric board. So she was the one helping kind of do that. And she was pregnant at the time. And yeah,
That is
so
cool.
that's my fun fact.
So were you all over the news with that, Brigid?
Yeah, well, all over the news. I think there's a very small cutting somewhere
That's-
from a newspaper.
Very cool, though. What an accolade.
And so it's out with the inches and in with the centimetres, as we say. Let's look at the first script of our show and ask, how do you say that?
How do you say that?
Sam, you've brought along a script today, but I can't tell what it is. What can you tell me?
Well, it's actually a corporate.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh,
and I know
that's
it
surprising.
looks,
Yeah.
yes, it looks in theory like a documentary, but it
Yes,
is
it
not
does.
a documentary. It is a corporate. It was a piece about underwater, about the kelp forests underwater.
Yeah.
And it was a corporate.
But it is from the first person, because you've got
Yep.
the line, I spot a
Yep.
chunky male
Yep.
coloured amber.
Indeed. It fit at some points in it is not first person. And at
Right.
other points in it is first person. So it's quite a lengthy piece, actually, which I think they chopped up into smaller pieces. But anyway.
I think the last line for me gave it a real warmth and a kind of like as if it's a very happy place to be. So even kind of from the beginning, I felt it had kind of like the enjoyment of being in this environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in fact, this was a directed session. And it's been one of my favourite directed sessions I've ever had, because whilst it was in my home studio, I had a number of people on the call, and it was a real actory thing in that the guy directing me got me to close my eyes and imagine that I had a dive mask on and snorkel on and everything like that. And he said, now you're walking over the rocks. Now you're sitting down. You're adjusting some stuff. Now you're standing up. And I had to go through this whole thing, which really helped. He said, and now you're diving in. It's really cold, but you love it. And it's, dawn or something. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Wow.
A really cool, let's get you into the mood kind of setup.
I am wondering how I'm going to get into the mood to get into the water here.
Get into the mood.
Get into the mood. All right. Well, I'll give it a try.
Yes.
How exciting. Okay. Compared to the bustle of spring, it's quiet in the autumn forest. I miss the hordes of gently pulsating sea jellies that cloud the water all summer long and lament the absence of spider crabs that have migrated back to deeper water. Territorial by nature, ballan wrasse remain in residence, patrolling their patch along the kelp. I spot a chunky male, coloured amber to match the scene, and greet him with a broad smile that lets a trickle of cold water into my dive mask.
Yeah, I like that last line that has the smile. You sort of need to feel the smile of being unable to stop yourself smiling.
Yes.
Yes.
I loved it. I loved your sort of hushed tones. I thought that worked. That worked really well.
I was thinking was I didn't want to move too fast because it was obviously in the water. I was trying to feel the water around me, and the jellies presumably are like jellyfish, and the kelp and the seaweed just wafting around is what I was trying to kind of convey.
And I do think on that basis you could have been slower than you were.
Right, okay.
Because for us to take in, because there's also quite a lot of heavy lifting being done by the visuals.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But no,
slower,
lovely.
well, it's a note I get a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
I should know by now.
I mean, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because you could lean into it even more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't want to go over the top, I suppose. Yeah.
It's a balance, isn't it?
It is a balance, yes. I wonder how you're going to do the balance, Brigid.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes,
I wonder.
you. Okay.
How far under the water are you going to be?
How far under the water am I? Compared to the bustle of spring, it's quiet in the autumn forest. I miss the hordes of gently pulsing sea jellies that cloud the water all summer long, and lament the absence of spider crabs that have migrated back to deeper water. Territorial by nature, ballan wrasse remain in residence, patrolling their patch among the kelp. I spot a chunky male, coloured amber to match the scene, and greet him with a broad smile that lets a trickle of cold water into my dive mask.
I love that.
Yeah.
I did very much get documentary, and when you said it was corporate, that just doesn't feel right.
Well, yes, I mean, I loved what you did. You really brought it to life, actually, Brigid. It's because I really felt I could see all of the things that you were talking about.
Me too.
I loved the ballan wrasse stuff, and I thought you had this lovely sort of slightly in awe tone of it all.
Yeah.
This love of being under the water and watching this new or different world.
Didn't it work beautifully with the very slight Australian accent, Tasmanian accent?
No,
I love that.
I really thought that worked really well. Interestingly, going back to your point, Mark, I don't think there is a particular difference.
Okay.
I mean, that's the reason. I mean,
fair.
I never feel that the term corporate helps us.
No, I think you're right.
No.
And it actually screws us many, many times over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Weirdly, I probably approach this more like an audiobook because it has so many images in it, and you're telling a story.
Yes.
So that makes it more colourful, as you say, because I think you're right. When one does a corporate, you feel like you have to be, compared to the bustle of spring, it's quiet in the autumn forest. But it doesn't.
No, it doesn't work, does it? And
no, it doesn't work.
It's interesting because it is an alternative kind of corporate. Because what they talk about within it is a kind of the ecosystem of the kelp forests is basically what they're talking about, and how we need to preserve them and how we need to look after them, and how exactly all the work they're doing to preserve that. So I love the fact that they did this kind of internal. idea, basically. You're under the water, you're watching it all, but you're hearing what the diver's hearing.
Yeah. No, I like that.
And understanding why it's so precious.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I'm being thrown all the time just looking at it in front of me by I spot a chunky male.
I know.
I mean, that could
may
be
just be me.
Yeah.
I think it is you, actually.
Having said that, Brigid, I thought you paused beautifully there. So they're patrolling their patch among the kelp. You paused, and then you went, I spotted chunky male, coloured amber to match the scene, as a really separate thought. And the separate thought worked so beautifully.
Mm.
Well, I suppose I spot it is kind of like, oh, look, it's only just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They timed it to have a chunky male on screen.
Of course they did.
always
Of course they
exciting.
did. Well, I want to hear what you did with it, Sam. It's a
Okay.
fascinating one. Because I bet,
Okay.
did you have the pictures? Did you have any music with it? Much
I
as you
had-
say it was a directed
well,
session.
Yes, I had music. It wasn't the music they eventually used, but
Oh, interesting.
they talked me through this whole, imaginative world before I went in.
How
So it was
lovely.
quite interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Compared to the bustle of spring, it's quiet in the autumn forest. I miss the hordes of gently pulsating sea jellies that cloud the water all summer long, and lament the absence of spider crabs that have migrated back to deeper water. Territorial by nature, ballan wrasse remain in residence, patrolling their patch among the kelp. I spot a chunky male, coloured amber to match the scene, and greet him with a broad smile that lets a trickle of cold water into my dive mask.
How lovely.
And again, it's got that lovely, I just love the smile about that water getting in to the dive mask. And again, I think you're right, you slow down on like I spot, hang on, what have I got over there? Which is nice too.
Mm.
I just thought, oh, that's why they got Sam to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like, and I don't say that you're typecast in any way,
No.
but almost that is classic Sam Boffin.
Yeah.
Which is, I know that's the bit that I really love,
But there's something very soothing about that as well. Something very soothing
and
about
gentle.
Sam's
Yes.
voice and the way
Yes.
she's doing it. So that we were talking about the tone of it and that warmth and that, how lovely it is here under the sea.
And we were there with you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming below the waters
You
with
can come
me.
again.
Oh no, there's
all
a drought.
sorts below here. I think this is what I like about stuff like this, corporates like this actually, which actually can take quite chunky. I was going to say quite chunky. Chunky is the word. Quite chunky sort of soundscapes beneath them, because it was quite a layered piece of sound. And obviously they'd done themselves. All of the people that were on the call were all divers themselves. They all
were they?
all of
Interesting.
them.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So some of them are divers and film at the time. Some of them are, biologists, marine biologists, and go down to, take. So they were absolutely fascinating as a group of people. I'm really passionate about it.
Well, it's worthwhile remembering that these are real scripts we're working on. We've changed some names and some details to avoid copyright issues. Remember, you can find both the scripts we're using today in the show notes of the episode. Play, how do you say that? What the hell's this script?
What have you brought us?
What is this? What is this you have brought us?
Talk us through.
So just recently I've done a couple of jobs actually with Apple News.
Okay. Right.
You read newspaper articles or, articles on different topics.
Okay.
But the reason I put just this bit is like right at the top, which has the title, then kind of like the subtitle. And then you start going into the actual
Because those
piece
bits aren't
itself.
normally read. If it's like a corporate or whatever, that would be a title on screen, wouldn't it? They're not normally read.
No, so you read all of it. But basically the title and then the bit under it, which is kind of like the subtitle, if you like, that's what's called the deck. And so that has to be read kind of in a certain way. And then and they have a real style about how they want it to be done, which again I think is interesting.
I haven't watched any Apple News, so I don't know what that style is. Oops.
Yeah, so the thing in bold, and then there's a couple of lines. That's the subtitle and then subtitle.
Yeah.
Then it's like written. And normally it says, written by someone, narrated by blah blah blah, Brigid Lohrey, and then the story starts a young woman. So it kind of I put all of it in because I thought it's interesting about how you deal with those bits.
I do see exactly what you mean. Now it makes sense. We've got the title. We've got the, this is what it's all going to be about. We've got the credit, if you like.
Yes.
And then this is the beginning of the story.
Yes, that does make more sense.
Ooh, that's
golly.
cool. Okay.
So we stay with the chunky theme and have chunky news now.
Yeah.
Dare I ask, what style is it that they're looking for?
So it's very conversational.
Yep.
Right?
It's not reading the news. It's telling a story. Telling a story to a friend. It's more relaxed and not sort of too sensationalised.
It's not how we would have done it in the 90s.
No, but it's interesting to see the difference. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I know what it's not now, Sam. whether I get it right as to what it is.
And obviously, although we've got NSW here, it is New South Wales, presumably.
In New South Wales, yeah, you say New South Wales.
Yes, I was going to ask that.
Yes, okay. Right. Let me start, okay. Murder in Paradise. The unsolved killings on Australia's east coast. The New South Wales North Coast has a disturbing history of unsolved murders and disappearances. Have its beaches, roads and rainforests been a killing ground for one or more serial killers? Written for Australian Women's Weekly. A young woman is standing on a road leading to the Pacific Highway, her thumb out, hitching. With her long hair and cut-off jeans, she doesn't wait long to be picked up. She's never seen again. This scenario has happened again and again on the north coast of New South Wales.
Great, it was good. You probably fell into the thing of being slightly too dramatic.
Yep.
In terms of,
Yep.
I'm telling you something
It
scary.
felt like documentary.
Yep.
It felt like I was being pulled in, or almost an audiobook to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I treated it as an audiobook, so it's
Yeah.
much lighter than that, I take
Yes.
it. Yes.
Yes.
Lighter and reportage.
It is, yeah. It's quite a strange balance.
Cool.
Having said that, I
That's so
loved
cool.
the way that Sam did it. That's obviously
Yeah.
just
No,
not the
I
way
thought
they
it was
wanted
great.
it. It's
But not their way, exactly.
Not their way,
That's
yes.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
has to
yeah.
fall into a
course it does,
a
yeah.
house pattern, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It has
yeah,
to fall
yeah.
into a
Yes.
house style.
Yes, sometimes you
Yeah.
do have to do, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's so interesting, because as I was going into it, I was thinking, I don't think I'm doing this in the right way, but I kind of, you commit, and I
I'll
kind of
carry
went with
on.
it.
You did, and I
Yeah,
liked
yeah.
it. I liked it.
But interestingly, you got to the final paragraph and you committed harder. Your
Harder.
brain almost went, okay, I'm going to do audiobook.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I'm going to tell the story,
Yeah,
everybody.
but you told the story beautifully.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, but it's just
too
not in the
much.
style just not in the style they wanted.
Too much. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Not by a lot. Like, it wasn't over the top. But
I think Apple News are probably appealing to a younger audience.
Yeah.
yes.
So,
yeah.
and younger audiences want a slightly more, contemporary, modern approach.
They do. And I think the way that works is, and this is sort of the feedback I had, was that I pronounce my words too well.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
My diction
In a TikTok
was
generation.
too good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, I needed to be as if I was in a bar one drink in.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know, I've given that to somebody before now. Be a little
Yeah.
bit drunk.
Just a
Yes.
little bit, just
Yeah.
to kind of
Just a little bit drunk.
loosen it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm now terrified, absolutely terrified of what I might do.
It's a serial killer out there, mate. You need to be terrified.
I mean, but the thing is, I now know what not to do, and I know what not to do from several different angles. Whether I can get away from that or not, I'll try. I will try, I promise. Okay. Murder in Paradise. The unsolved killings on Australia's east coast. The New South Wales North Coast has a disturbing history of unsolved murders and disappearances. Have its beaches, roads and rainforests been a killing ground for one or more serial killers? Written for Australian Women's Weekly. A young woman is standing on a road heading to the Pacific Highway, her thumb out, hitching. With her long hair and cut-off jeans, she doesn't wait long to be picked up. She's never seen again. This scenario has happened again and again on the north coast of New South Wales.
Yeah, that was much closer to
Was it?
that,
It
that
felt
much more
awful.
conversational. Sorry, Sam.
Oh God, no.
He got all the notes.
No. Absolutely no. I mean, it's fascinating. So from your point of view, Mark, you didn't feel as though you were doing enough?
No, that
Interesting,
didn't
isn't
feel nice.
Yes.
But
The
actually,
first
that was
time
more
I
on
did
the money.
it, I was like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not.
Brigid, I'm reminded what Paul Cartwright said to us 4 weeks ago on the podcast. It's like the whole tone of pull back and pull back and pull back, and it will feel terrible until you get used to it.
Yes. And I think that is the contemporary sound.
Yes.
I mean, I keep feeling when I was doing it and being directed by the lady at Apple News, I kept thinking, but I'm not doing anything. I'm just kind of mumbling along.
Yeah, surely you want more. Surely you want more than this. Yeah.
Surely you want more than
Surely
this.
you want more. I'm trained, darling.
Yes, and my diction is excellent.
Yes. Why have you booked me for this?
But it is fascinating, isn't it? How little they want in many ways.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. I was thinking about that this morning. Actually, I was on my way to a booking, and I was thinking about exactly that. And actually, I was thinking about the fact that we are sort of we're making everything less personality filled. We're making everything blander, if you like.
But the theory being is you get to the emotion of what's underneath it more.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's about letting the audience feel that emotion as well, rather than giving them emoting at them,
leading the
if that
witness.
makes
I
sense.
do have a sneaky suspicion that we're playing back into AI's hands.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I
what I
mean-
was thinking this morning. Exactly that. It's
Because we're not giving them any of the crafting.
When I did this one, I was struggling a little bit with the subtitle, and I said it's hard not to say it in a kind of dramatically
way.
sort of
Yes.
way.
Yes.
And she said, "Come at it with curiosity."
Okay,
And
that's
I
a cool.
thought, that's interesting. That really helped.
And that is an intriguing note. And now I want to hear it.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Murder in Paradise. The unsolved killings on Australia's east coast. The New South Wales North Coast has a disturbing history of unsolved murders and disappearances. Have its beaches, roads and rainforests been a killing ground for one or more serial killers? Written for Australian Women's Weekly. A young woman is standing on a road leading to the Pacific Highway, her thumb out, hitching. With her long hair and cut-off jeans, she doesn't wait long to be picked up. She is never seen again. This scenario has happened again and again on the north coast of New South Wales.
Oh, I can see
Nice.
everything that you were saying. And yet the emotion was there, wasn't it? It felt like you weren't trying, but it just shone out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, and I think it's as if you're saying to this person in the bar after you've had a drink,
Yeah. Yes.
do you know, have you heard that they've got all these killings up in New South Wales and they don't know why, and maybe it's a serial killer?
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure the note of it's like a person in the bar after you've had a drink is a
The
helpful
slightly
one,
drunk.
Personally, I'm not sure that's helpful.
Okay.
It doesn't help you slightly
Sorry.
drunk. Slightly drunk does help me because there's
I said one drink in. I didn't say
Okay, one drink in. I say slightly drunk. I can see exactly what you mean. Because if the tendency is to always finish your words, dot your I's,
Yes.
cross your T's kind of thing,
Yep.
then being a little messier about it and not
Yes.
feeling so, yeah. I mean, I loved it as a read. I like the pieces, the two pieces of information you've given us. One of them is curious, come at it with curiosity, and the other one is one drink in.
And those things I sort of remind myself of. I mean, the other thing that was interesting is sometimes you get things that are, a really sad story about someone. And the note I got was that I had too much empathy and I was reading as if it was really
Right,
sad. And actually, it's better to kind of say it as if, look, these really bad things happen, but don't worry, she got through it.
Fascinating stuff. Well, it's going to go all a different way now because
Yes,
we head for the
exactly.
wild card bit of the show.
Okay.
Time to approach these scripts in a very different way, perhaps.
Okay, so Brigid, take one of the scripts and give us a new motivation.
Okay, so I was thinking maybe the first one.
Yep.
And I was thinking a town gossip. I think Sam, town gossip. It was your piece, so town gossip.
Okay. Well, I can tell you a thing or two. So, compared to the bustle of spring, it's quiet in the autumn forest. Yeah, I know. I miss the hordes of gently pulsating sea jellies that cloud the water all summer long and lament the absence of spider crabs that have migrated back to deeper water. Territorial by nature, ballan wrasse remain in residence. Patrolling their patch among the kelp. I spot a chunky male. It's coloured amber to match the scene and greet him with a broad smile. That's a trickle of cold water into my dive mask.
That was a real story. The real pause there towards the end threw me a little bit.
I did look around.
That's what it was.
Yes.
There was a discretion to your gossiping. As in, I'm not going to tell anybody, but...
I thought maybe you would have been expecting a bigger character.
Yes, I probably was, but I quite
Yes.
liked the way that it was like, oh, you never guess more. It was a bit more kind of whispered in the ear as opposed to over the back fence going, oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Yes.
And you never know who's overhearing.
Yes.
Could have gone further, I suspect, with that. But hey, you just got me being gossipy, actually.
Brigid, I get to choose one for you now.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to take your script and we're going to turn that around as well. I'd like you to go back to the 90s and do this as a news script. So maybe news on screen, as in like breaking news.
Breaking news.
It's like, because it's
Okay.
completely the opposite of what you just did.
Yeah. Okay. Murder in Paradise. The unsolved killings on Australia's east coast. The New South Wales North Coast has a disturbing history of unsolved murders and disappearances. Have its beaches, roads and rainforests been a killing ground for one or more serial killers? Written for Australian Women's Weekly. A young woman is standing on a road leading to the Pacific Highway, her thumb out, hitching. With her long hair and cut-off jeans, she doesn't wait long to be picked up. She is never seen again. This scenario has happened again and again on the north coast of New South Wales.
Have you seen the
Wow.
TV show The Newsroom? It reminded me of that a
We
little
have
bit.
come a long way, have we not?
Haven't we just? Haven't we just?
That was great. Yeah, I
I
really
enjoyed it. It was a
Ridiculous
good
is I could only
throwback.
do that in a British accent.
How funny. How funny.
I loved it. So everything was completely different. If you compared that to how you did
Yeah.
today's one, 2026, as it
Yeah.
were, it couldn't have been more different.
And if
No,
you're one of our
exactly.
younger listeners, that's how news used to be.
That's the fascinating thing. It really does show
Yeah.
you how different things are. You know, and even to the point where, you know, if you look back and listen to people's accents from, I don't know, 1930s or something, you know, how if you, hear, news reels and things like that, but just ordinary people
Yes.
that are being interviewed, they have completely
Yes.
different accents, even
Yes.
in the 60s and 70s. It's fascinating, isn't it, how the whole of language changes. You're not aware of it changing in the real
No, it's
world.
subtle, but you
Yeah.
look back
But when you
10
look
or 20
back,
years. Yeah.
things
You can see the difference,
really
yeah.
change.
Absolutely.
The whole nature of sort of communication, it's extraordinary.
Right, Sam, have you got one for me?
I have. Now, I'm going to give you... I'm going to give you script 2,
Okay.
like a theatre director giving notes. Okay? So
Yeah.
you've got to imagine that all of these things that you're saying are being said to different people in the company. So it's that classic
okay.
moment
Yes.
where you've gathered everyone round. Okay, guys, we're going to have the notes now.
Yes.
John, pull your pants up at the point
Yes.
where we say blah, blah, blah.
All right, let me give it a go. Theatre director. Yes, Murder in Paradise. The unsolved killings on Australia's east coast, you see? Right. The New South Wales North Coast has a disturbing history of unsolved murders and disappearances. Have its beaches, roads and rainforests been a killing ground for one or more serial killers, you see? Written for Australian Women's Weekly. A young woman standing on a road, leading to the Pacific Highway, thumb out hitching, okay? with her long hair, cut off jeans. She doesn't want to wait to be picked up. She's never seen again. Now, scenarios happened again and again on the north coast of New South Wales.
Well done. That was tough, actually.
That was
tougher
very
than I
tough.
expected.
There was a lot of arm waving, but
Yes.
I could see the people I was talking to.
Yes.
And you spoke to a number of different people, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes.
It's tough, isn't it? Because you haven't got people's names in there.
Yeah.
You want to be able to make that break. Okay,
Yeah.
John, the New South Wales coast,
Exactly.
disturbing history. And
I always feel you don't want
yeah.
to talk around the script too much.
Yes,
No.
yes,
There's
yes,
a tiny bit, but you don't want to talk around it too much.
But it was clear in the first line that whoever was saying that line was saying Australia incorrectly.
Yes. Good. I'm glad that came out because that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not how you say it, dear.
Yes, exactly. And I also loved the way you immediately went into over-the-top director. Darlings.
I think that might be in there somewhere anyway, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Well, if you want to play along in the privacy of your own booth, we've put the scripts in the show notes. You can have a try yourself.
Yes, you certainly can. So, Brigid, what is it like working in two different accents?
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting. Obviously, it gives you some versatility. I spent 25 years in Australia. I was born there. But I've spent 26 years living here in Britain as well. And so I've actually only just recently started calling myself an Australian British actor and voice actor.
Interesting.
By putting both in.
Yes.
Because I kind of felt like, well, after 25 years of basically doing both, I'm kind of half and half.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there another Pacific Atlantic-y, I don't know, like way of calling it, saying what the accent is? I'm not sure. But weirdly, I tend to have to think to do Australian.
Mm-hmm.
Say, g'day, right? Yep, okay, right, we're Australian now, that's fine, we're into it. And then sometimes think a little bit to go British and just make sure everything's a little bit more rounded and that I sound British.
Yes.
And then if one wants to go terribly, one can as well. There's a bit of sort of thinking. But the bit that I find really difficult is when someone, or when the brief just says, just do your native, natural accent. It's like, well...
What is that?
Do you know what that is now?
And I'm not sure what it is. I'll be honest with you, I'm not actually sure.
Is it your speaking voice now? Is that
it is
what
my
it
speaking
is?
voice now,
Yes.
which is British, but has ever so slight twangs every now and then.
Oh, I can tell that there is
Yeah.
an Australian twang to it, yes.
So you've got a softened Australian now, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Presumably you've still got relatives in
I
Australia.
do. I'm from
you've still got back
Tasmania as
there
well. And Tasmanians have very soft accents anyway.
So what do they say about your accent?
They say I sound English.
Yes.
Yeah,
They think
of
I sound
course.
very posh.
Yes.
I mean, I suppose what I've got is like a cultured Australian, if you see what I mean.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
can be actually quite useful for
Yes.
things as well.
Yes.
So it works in a more of an international way because the English don't hate it. The Americans don't mind it either.
Oh, that's fascinating.
It is. Brigid, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I hope you've enjoyed
Okay,
it.
Thank you for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure. A reminder that all of Brigid Lohrey's details can be found in the show notes of the episode.
Yes, and of course the scripts are there too. And if you want to see what we all look like in our booths, you can check out this little podcast by searching at HDYST Podcast on TikTok and Instagram and see us in action.
Yes, that's it for this week. Thanks again to Brigid Lohrey. We'll be back next week with more scripts and another voiceover guest when we'll be asking, how do you say that?
How do you say that?